सबसे पहले सर्वप्रथम गुरुपाद भगवान लीला प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद अष्टोत्तर सदस्य श्रीमद भक्ति वेदांत शिला बाबन एवं लीला प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद अष्टोत्तर सदस्य श्रीमद भक्ति वेदांत
Шила Maharaj, and Nitya Pravishtam Vishnupada Shila Bhaktivedanta Swaminarayan Maharaj. Offer my unlimited obeisances to them. And also after that, my obeisances to Nitya Pravishtam Vishnupada Ashtotara Shata Shila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj. To all the sannyasis present here, to all the Vaishnavas, Vaishnavis present here, the mothers, the devotees of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, those so eager to hear Hari-katha also, to the so affectionate moms, mothers, women, to the feet of everyone, please accept my Dandavat pranams accordingly. So you have heard about the 7th shloka of the Madharashtaka until now. Beautiful, beautiful. The Vaishnavas are describing so well. Gurudeva told one thing about the Madharashtaka. Sattvatta Muni was so eager to see Bhagavan, to have darshan. So, in the 7th shloka, he manifested his utkanta, his eagerness to see Bhagavan. So in the 7th shloka, he manifested this utkanta, this eagerness. Which eagerness? Hey Prabhu, you have delivered the 2 sons of Kuber, Nala Kuber and Manigrib. You have delivered them even while you were bound. Okay, because Mother Jashoda, she bound Krishna with a rope. She bound Gopal. And even when he was bound, he was able to deliver Nala Kuber and Manigriva. You have heard this last time just now. Nala Kuber and Manigrib, the 2 sons of Kuber. They were very they were transgressing so many rules. They were very naughty. Example, they were drinking alcohol, drinking alcohol, and they were drunk, completely drunk. In that lake, with women, enjoying, they had no shame, shameless. Those women, they felt ashamed and they left to cover themselves. But Nala Kuber and Manigiri, they were so drunk and so drunk and they didn't care for anything. So they even started insulting Narada Rishi, by calling him names, actually swearing at him when Narada came. And then Narada cursed them and told, you have now to be born as a tree. After they got some consciousness about what was happening, and then they apologized to Narada. Oh, how can we be delivered from this curse? Narada said, when Krishna will come in Dwapara Yuga, he will deliver you guys. So, as a fruit of this curse, Nala Kuber and Manigiri, so they took birth as Jamalarjun trees in front of the house of Nanda Maharaj. So they went there. Beautiful place. You have the darshan. You have the darshan of just next to where the grinding mortar was. There was 2 trees, Nala Kuber, Manigiri, with the 2 Arjun trees. So some people, they have intoxicated because of the knowledge, beauty, good birth. 4 kinds of intoxication. If you have a good family birth, like very high family, beauty, money, and knowledge. If you have these 4 kinds of intoxication, so much proud because of these 4 qualities, very hard to follow bhakti. Even if you have one of those, it's already so hard to follow bhakti. Example, if someone is so beautiful, those are really, really, really beautiful. It's very hard for them to follow bhakti. It's not easy at all. And also those who are also born in like Brahmin family or very high class family, like, oh, I'm a Brahmin. But also, who is the actual Brahmana, right? The scriptures describe, Srila Bhaktivinoda Prabhupada, he also explained who is a real Brahmana. Anyway, so to be born, take birth in a high-class family, or be very beautiful, or have a lot of knowledge, for example.
MA PhD করে
For example, master degree, PhD, if you have a lot of knowledge.
ধরাকে কি গান করে বাংলায় কি বলে
In Bengali, they have like a proverb.
সারা জ্ঞান
You think you're like the best of the best,
কে মনে করে যেন একটা ছোট একটা আবার বলেছে যাদের অর্থ থাকে ধন
Or if you have money, for example, a lot of money,
তিনি তার কাউকেই মানেন না
you don't want to
ধন
accept anyone's opinion. Like,
বস্তুকে আবার এই তিনটি বস্তুকে কন্ট্রোল করা যায়
so you control everyone with your money
এই জন্য
and power. You think that's everything.
এই নন-কুবেরের মণিগ্রীব এদের মধ্যে চারটা
So
গুণ
you can see, Nalakavira Manigriv, they had four of these four qualities. First of all, they were so handsome. Second, they were very, very rich. You know, the sons of Kuver. Kuver is, the treasure of the, the gods. So, and third, they were very knowledgeable, so much knowledge they had, and beautiful. Anyway, so they had the four qualities. So if you have these four qualities, it's very hard to follow bhakti. So Narada Rishi cursed them, and as a fruit of this curse, they took birth as a tree. And then they had the darshan of Bhagavan later on, and Bhagavan delivered them from that tree birth. Just like us, we are in the prison of material world, material bondage. So, how to be delivered? If you get the mercy of Sadhu and Guru, you can be delivered from the material bondage. So here it says, it is said, Satavratama is praying, oh Prabhu, you have accepted to be bound by your mother. And even though you are bound, you are able to deliver the two sons of Kuver, Nalakuber and Manigri. So you delivered them. Your beautiful form. I want to see that form, that, like when you were bound in the grinding mortar and delivering them. So Gurudeva said, what do we want in this world? We should want only to attain Bhagavan. But not only attain Bhagavan, we have to have prem. Otherwise, what are you going to do when you attain him if you don't have love? What do the pure devotees want? Again and again, they don't mind coming back again and again to this world. They just want the association of the pure devotees. That's also Vritrasur in his prayer. He spoke about this. The 4 verses he prayed to Bhagavan. One verse is very special. The meaning of this verse is, Vritrasur is praying. This bhava that the gopis have in their heart, I also want this bhava to manifest in my heart. So this first verse of the praise of Vritrasur, Ajata Paksha. So he gives an example, just like a bird, baby bird, who doesn't have yet the capacity to fly with its wings, cannot fly. Small wings, so the bird can't fly. So the bird is in the nest, and the mama bird went out to collect food. And the baby bird is alone in the nest. And then the baby birds, they're like, tee, 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 screaming like this, because they're so eager to meet the mama again. When mama will come back and give me food. So they're like, tee, tee, tee. For 2 reasons, the birds are doing tee, like calling out. Why? One, they are afraid that maybe another bird will come and eat them or hurt them. So this fear. Second, they are hungry also. So for these 2 reasons, they are calling out their mom and eager to meet the mom again. So this example, yes. So that's fine. Like we also should have this eagerness, just like these baby birds. If you have eagerness, then you can see Bhagavan. But Vritrasura, after this example, he said, no, this example is not completely appropriate. Then he gave another example. Why? Because the birds, baby birds, the mama bird,
যেগুলো দানা খাওয়াচ্ছে
female
সেগুলো তার
bird
নিজের
mama
নয়,
is giving the
সেগুলো
food
হচ্ছে
to the
বাইরে
baby bird,
থেকে খাওয়া।
but not for her
তার
own
মধ্যে
body. It's an
বলেছে
outside food that
সেখানে
she collects
প্রেমের
and
একটা,
give, like an insect or something,
শিথিলতা
and gives to the
দেখা যায়।
baby bird. So the prema is not
আবার
that strong, the
শুনছেন
love is not
এখানে
that strong
ভয়,
because she's feeding with something else.
ভয়ের জন্য যদি হয় তাহলে
And
সেখানে
also
প্রেমটা সেখানে
fear also,
হয়
the
না।
baby birds have
এই
fear.
জন্য
So
এই
also
উদাহরণ
fear
দিতে
is not,
চাইছিলেন।
makes the
দিশির
prema also,
উদাহরণে
you know,
মজাক
small.
করছে মাতরম করা।
So anyway, so then he
সান্নান্ধতা,
rejects, okay, these
ভদ্রতা,
examples are the best, then he goes to the
উদার।
second,
যে
okay,
আবার দিশির
second
দুটি
example.
উদাহরণ দিলেন
Second
দিলেন,
example, he gives the
যেমন
example of the,
ছোট
you know,
গাভীর যে
the
বাচ্চা,
calves, you know, the cows, baby
গোবৎস, দুধ
calves.
খাওয়ার জন্য খুব
So they
উৎকণ্ঠিত
also
হয়ে-
so eager to drink the
কেননা
milk from their
যারা
mama
গোয়ালা,
cow.
তারা হচ্ছে এই
But what happens, the
বাছুরগুলোকে
cow herd
গাভী
man
থেকে দূরে রাখে।
separates the baby
বেঁধে
calf
রাখে।
and the cow,
আবার
they
যখন
put them
সন্ধ্যার
apart.
সময় যখন দুধ
Okay,
দহন
but in
করার
the
সময় হয়, তখন বাছুরটা
in the
ছেড়ে দেয়।
dusk,
ওই
then after the,
সারাদিন
you know,
বাছুরটা কি করে?
in the time of
মায়ের স্মরণ করতে থাকে।
milking the cow, then after
যে
that,
কখন
then the
আমি
milkman releases
মায়ের
the
দুধ
calf
পান
and then he
করব।
can come next to the mom. But the
সেই উত্তর-
baby calf is the
উত্তরটা
whole day
দিয়ে
thinking about its mama.
এখন বৃত্রাসুর এই কথা বলে প্রথম এই দ্বিতীয় উদাহরণ দিলেন।
So this
এখানে
is the second
উৎকণ্ঠা
example.
রয়েছে।
And so yeah, so the
কিন্তু
baby
এই
calf has some
উৎকণ্ঠার মধ্যে
utkanta,
রয়েছে
eagerness
স্বার্থতা
to meet
রয়েছে।
his mama,
কি
its mama,
স্বার্থতা
but
রয়েছে?
still he has this
না, যখন
selfishness.
বাছুরটা যখন
Why?
গাভীর দুধ পান
Because
করে নেয়,
after-
দুধ পান করার পর বাছুরটা
After
আর
drinking the milk from
মায়ের
mama
কাছে
cow,
থাকে না,
the
গাভীর
calf
কাছে
doesn't
থাকে
care
না,
anymore
ঘুরে ঘুরে
about the mom cow. She's
ওই
like,
দিকে ঘুরে ঘুরে।
he's going here and there, like he
তাহলে
doesn't
এই
care anymore.
উদাহরণটা আবার
He was
তিনি
just
আপলোড
eager because he was
করলেন।
hungry. So this example is not that perfect as well.
যদ্যপি এই উদাহরণটা একটা প্রথম উদাহরণ থেকে দ্বিতীয়
So from this,
দক্ষিণীর উদাহরণ,
so if you
পাখির
compare the
উদাহরণ
first
থেকে
example, the
দ্বিতীয়
example of the mama bird,
উদাহরণটা
and now the example
একটু
of the
উপযুক্ত
mama
বলে
cow.
মনে হলেও হয় না।
So-
কারণ পাখি যা খাওয়াচ্ছে তার নিজের কিছু দেয় না।
So remember,
সে
the
বাইরে
mama
থেকে
bird
খাওয়াচ্ছে।
doesn't give her
আর
own
এই যে
food
গাভীটা যে
to the baby bird.
বাচ্চাটাকে
She gives the
খাওয়াচ্ছে,
food
তার
from
নিজের
insects, like something
শরীরে
from outside. And the mama cow is a better example because there's more love, because the cow is giving the milk, right? So it's her own body to the baby, so it's more love is there. So it's a better example. But still, Vritasura said this example still is not that appropriate
কেননা এখানে স্বার্থতা
because
রয়েছে।
the baby calf also has that selfishness, you know, to drink the milk. And then after the calf drinks the milk, he doesn't care about his mom anymore. And after the calf grows up, he doesn't even stay with his mom. He goes away. It goes away, you know, the calf doesn't stay with its mama. So then he comes to the third example. Vritasura now describes the third example. Priyam priyeva bishutam bishana mano aravindaksha titikshavitam.
হে প্রভু,
Hey Prabhu, oh
যেমন
Lord,
গোপীগণ
just like the gopis,
তাদের গৃহকার্য
they are performing all their household duties.
তারা সবকিছু করেন, প্রতি সেবা থেকে
They do
আরম্ভ করে
everything.
সবকিছু
They
কার্য করেন।
serve their husbands. They do
পর
everything.
দাসিনী নারী ব্যক্ত
Just like
কর্মসু।
a woman who is attached to someone else, she does everything very perfect in her house. Actually, Mahaprabhu wrote this verse. Actually, he used to say all these verses, just like his verse. Mahaprabhu, this one, Parabhisini Nari,
পরপুরুষের
this
প্রতি
verse,
আসক্তি
explaining
যারা
that
রাখে,
someone who is attached to someone else
কিন্তু গৃহের কার্যগুলি তিনি কি করেন?
will always
অত্যন্ত
do
সুচারুভাবে
everything
করেন।
very nicely in her home, so that no one will suspect that she loves someone else,
সে নারী
not her husband.
পরপুরুষের প্রতি আসক্তি আছে।
So this woman, she
কিন্তু
will
তার মন কোথায়
do
যাবে?
everything very nicely, but her mind is thinking about her,
এইখানে কি বলা হলো?
the person she loves.
পরোক্ষভাবের একটা বিশেষ বৈশিষ্ট্য
So actually, this verse explains the speciality of Parakya Bhav.
বললেন, পরব্যাসিনী নারী ব্যাঘ্রবী গৃহকর্মসু আশ্চন্ত নবসন্তরসায়নম। মনে মনে সেই পরপুরুষের চিন্তা আদি করতে থাকে।
So the person in her mind thinking about her beloved.
বিশেষ বৈশিষ্ট্য দেখা গেছে। গোপীগণ তারা বিবাহিত
So the gopis, you see, they were married,
কিন্তু তারা
but
কি করতেন?
what they used to do,
কৃষ্ণের প্রতি তাদের প্রগাঢ়
they had
অনুরাগ।
so much anuraga, deep attachment towards
গৃহের
Krishna.
কার্যগুলি করছেন,
So they were doing their household
কিন্তু
duties.
তারা কখনো
but-
জানতে দেন নাই যে
They were doing very nicely so that nobody would know that they loved Krishna and they were actually loving Krishna.
এই শ্লোকের মধ্যে বলা হয়েছে
So this shloka describes,
বৃত্রাসুর বলছেন এই
Dhritarashtra is
ভাবের একটা বিশেষ
indicating
বৈশিষ্ট্য।
the speciality of
এই
Parakya
জন্য
Bhav.
এটা হচ্ছে মহত্বপূর্ণ শ্লোক।
This verse is
যে
very
অদার হচ্ছে
important.
মহতরম খগা স্তন্নম যথা বৎসক্তা দাত্তা প্রিয়ং প্রিয়ব উষিতং বিসন্না মন অরবিন্দাক্ষ দিলিচ্ছতি তম। এখানে আমার সুন্দর কথা বললেন। হ্যাঁ,
Beautiful katha.
এই যে পরপুরুষের প্রতি যত আকৃষ্ট হয়ে যায়,
So-
তখন সেই তার ভাবগুলোকে কি করে
So they hide so much the love they have for their beloved. Very, very hidden. In this world, Parakya Bhav is so lowly, it's completely lowly and degraded. But in the spiritual world, it is so worshipful, very, very honorable, this Parakya Bhav. So, Parakya Bhav means paramore mode in this world is something that will take you directly to hell. It's called Naraka Gami, means takes you to hell. After that, you're going to go to hell. You must go to hell. But the Parakya Bhav of the gopis, it's aprakrit. They have transcendental body. And they have this transcendental love, paramore mood towards Krishna. Vritarasura describes this so well. So how to attain this bhav? Vritarasura said, how you want to attain Gopi Bhava? For example, now you've been staying in Brajadam for all this time, hearing Hari-katha. So what is the fruit of hearing all this katha? What do you want? Radha Das. You want Radha Dasya. So Gurudeva, Srila Narayana Goswami Maharaj, all the Hari-kathas used to say, in the end of the Hari-katha, he always used to end very sweetly, like we should always end with the sweetness, right? So he used to remind us that our goal is to attain Gopi Bhav, Radha Dasya, to become a servant of Srimati Radhika. Ashasha Dasya Dashabhanu Jaya. What did I say? My only hope and goal in my life is to become the maid servant of Srimati Radhika. Kinkarita Bhav. Kinkarita, do you understand? Means Dasi Bhav, means become the maid servant of Srimati Radhika. If you have the Abhiman, the ego of becoming a servant of Srimati Radhika, very quickly you're going to attain Gokulakan, Shri Krishna. Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote in the Kirtan of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, if you don't have the desire to worship Srimati Radhika, all your worship to Krishna is useless. This song of Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains. So, if you have the Abhiman, the ego of being the servant of Srimati Radhika, very quickly you're going to attain Shri Krishna. So, to attain this highest Krishna Prem, we must attain Radha Dasyam, Radha Dasita Bhav, Kinkarita Bhav. So, to attain Manjari Bhav, it's the topmost Bhav. Manjarita Bhav, we must attain it. So, coming back, Vritarasura, in the fourth verse that of his prayers, then he speaks about the sadhana. So the first verse, Ajata Paksha Iva Mataram Kaga, is the Prayojana Tattva. He's describing the goal, which is part of Murmud, this is mood of the gopis. But in the fourth verse, Mamatam Shloka, in the Damodarashtakam, Gurudeva also quoted this verse here. In the Damodarashtakam, Gurudeva quoted here. This is our sadhana, described in this fourth prayer of Vritarasura. So Gopi Bhav is the goal, sadhu. But what is the sadhana, the practice? The verse describes, oh Lord, because of my karma, I'm wandering in this material world, and I have taken birth in family, attached, I have to have a husband, wife, kids, everything, but please, I don't want to be attached to them. They give a beautiful explanation to this verse. Commentaries of Vishwanath Chakravarti Jiva Goswami also. What do they say about this? Oh Prabhu, Mamatamashleku. Because of the fruit of my karma, again and again, I will continue wandering this material world, taking birth again and again. Parents, siblings, I'll stay with my, husband, kids, parents, siblings. Okay, this is my karma, but Prabhu, I have one prayer. Your dear associates, your devotees, please, what? I want to be friend of your pure devotees. So this is the main thing we have to give emphasis. Mamatma Shloko Janesha Sakyam, this verse explains this. Your Priyajan, your pure devotees. Please, I want to have friendship with them. I cannot be friends with your pure devotees. So if you don't have the friendship, you cannot attain that goal. This verse is so beautiful. We have to be friends with the pure devotee. Then God will say, Bhagavan will say, why don't you want to be friends with me? Then, because you are Vishaya Vigraha, so there's no benefit of being friends with you. But your devotees, they are Ashray Vigraha, they feel the love for you. So, Guru Pada Padma is Ashray Vigraha, the Vaishnavas, they have love for Krishna. So if you are attached to these pure devotees, in the Ashakti Dasha, in the stage of Ashakti attachment, you have Bhajana Ruchi, taste for Bhajana, and Bhajaniya Ashakti. You have attachment for that object of your bhajan. So in the stage of Ashakti attachment, two things will happen. Bhajana Ruchi, taste for the spiritual life. Example, taste for chanting holy names, taste for serving, taste for hearing Hari-katha. Everything Ruchi is so taste, like you enjoy, relish all the practice. And Bhajaniya Vasta means the object of your practice means, Guru Vaishnava. Two, Guru Vaishnava and Krishna, you have attachment to them. So there are two Bhajaniya Vastu, two objects of your worship. One is Ashray, another is Vishai. Vishai is Swayam Bhagavan Shri Krishna, and Ashray, Srimati Radhika and her followers. They are Ashray Vigraha. So, Srimati Radhika, she is the Ashray Vigraha Swarup. Under the guidance of her, who is the shelter of divine love, we must serve Shri Krishna, who is the object of divine love. Srila Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada in his Upadeshams describes who is the original Ashray Vigraha. Akar Ashray Vigraha means original shelter of the love for God, Mata Radhika. Shri Mata Radharani, under her guidance, we must serve Shri Krishna. So when you have the Manjari Bhav, what will happen? Krishna and Shrimati Radharani both will become Vishaya, object of the love, and the Manjaris become Ashray Vigraha, shelter of the love. So then the process of service is like that. Beautiful description about this as well. So in the 7th verse, in the end, here Gurudev is describing this in the Madharashtakam. So we have to take shelter of Gurudeva, surrender yourself to Gurudeva, who is Ashray Vigraha Swarup, the shelter of this divine love. Otherwise this bhav will not manifest. And Maharaj himself said about Sadarnikaran, right? Shroti Maharaj. This is not easy. But this bhav, slowly, we have to awake this bhav. Vibhav, Anubhav, Satik, Vyabhichari, Alamban, Udipan, Ashray Alamban, and also Vishaya Alamban. There are actually 49 ingredients. When 49 ingredients are collected, then prema manifests. Time is brief. There's so many kathas about here. I could speak about this. Until you don't have all these ingredients, you cannot understand really the bhav. Anyway, the sequence is there slowly, but you need to absorb. What is the meaning of bhajan? To have utkanta, eagerness, and abhishta, absorption. Utkanta, eagerness, and abhishta, absorption. If you don't have this absorption, abhishta, you'll never ever attain this bhav. Vanchakalpatarudesha. Vrindavan,